All right, y'all. We back live. Got my man Neil Meyer in the building. Dan joined me for about 50 minutes. Got to chop it up. Neil, man, it's a different perspective. So we covered the last Luke Fickell football game on Friday. And that was the first time you had witnessed a loss at Nippert since you had been a part of the front office news. Uh, and you told me how that experience was, man. Did you think after losing on Friday, do you think today we'll be having a pod talking about Luke Fickell is no longer a Cincinnati Bearcat? He is a Wisconsin Badger.
No, I would have never thought we would have been sitting here 48 hours later on a podcast with Luke Fickell just now landing in Madison, Wisconsin to take the head coaching job at Wisconsin. But yeah, that was actually my first home loss of my whole college career because that 32-game winning streak was dating back to 2017, I believe. So
that's crazy, man.
Yeah, that was my first home loss of my 4.5 years of college. So
then doubled up. You got
on the other side was kind of crazy.
Yeah, body shot. You got a body shot, man. You got that one, and then boom, gone. But yeah, man. Yeah, I've seen a lot of home losses, but it's just been a long time since I've seen them in the flesh, which is pretty cool. But yeah, man. Now that Fick's gone, like, what are your thoughts, man? Just just you, like, your experience being a person that still attends the University of Cincinnati. You've traveled, done a lot of cool things. But what is your overall just thoughts, man? Because now it's going to be somebody else at the helm sooner than later, and it's not going to be the guy you're accustomed to, asking the question to or seeing on a road trip.
Yeah, it's tough to kind of process it, but I mean, in the end of the day, everyone kind of knows it's a business, and I think he was doing what's best for him and his family. Obviously, that's how college football is. You see coaches come and go, but overall, Wisconsin's getting a heck of a coach, but an even better person in Coach Fickell, and being able to grow in this industry with a guy like Coach Fick over the last 3 years has been something phenomenal. He's been a blast to cover the last 3 years. Obviously, we've seen the 4-8 season from year one to go on to 2020 to the Peach Bowl, and then you have the 21, the playoffs. I mean, overall, just to see everything he has done for this university and this program, I mean, he's taken it to new heights. I mean, he's now the all-time winningest coach in program history. I mean, it was hard to come into that situation he came into.
Yeah.
But looking back on it, that was a slam dunk hire back in 2017. And in the end, a business is a business, and that's the college football and college athletics landscape, unfortunately.
For sure, man. We just got the wrong bite of the apple today.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
that's all it is to it. But now it just depends on the key is who are they. All right, okay, cool. John, putting you on the spot right now, Neil. So I'm going to just let John cook. So Neil, who's on your short list right now? And we're shooting from the hip right now because there's no official list out there. John Cunningham is probably going to start the search tomorrow, I'm guessing, because he's not even saying he's going to have a search committee, outside source committee yet. He said he'll find that out within the next 24 to 48 hours. But Neil, if you were to pick, give me three to five people that you would try to kick the tires on. They could be currently on the staff. They could be at another school. You don't have any wrong or right answer, man. Just shoot from the hip, man. Who would you go for?
My number one option, I'm going to go a little different route than what you guys went earlier. If I'm John Cunningham, I'm shooting a call to Matt Campbell at Iowa State. That's my number one.
Okay. I can respect that.
You see what he was able to do the last few years, obviously coming off a 9-3 season in 2020, took the team to the Fiesta Bowl, really revamped that program. That's my number one call.
Okay.
But then obviously you have to hit the guys you mentioned earlier, guys like Dion, and look down Jesse Minter, obviously son of former Bearcat head coach Rick Minter. Obviously, many people don't know now that they're doing the extensive research on some names that have kind of popped up on who could be the potential candidate. Jesse Minter is a semifinalist for the Broyles Award, the same award wide receiver coach Mike Brown is up for the top assistant in all of college football. So
Yeah.
That's another name you look at. But another name you guys hadn't mentioned on earlier, you mentioned Deion Sanders. A name I would like to, but I don't see it being a realistic option, is maybe potentially giving Sean Payton a call. Ever since he left.
You think he got to come to college? I don't think he's going to college.
I don't think he would, but I mean, it wouldn't hurt to give him a ring. But I mean, I've just been a Sean Payton fan all of.
Now, Sean Payton's a guru. I don't see him coming, but I feel you.
I don't see it happening, but it's
I respect it.
Gotta respect the game sometimes and
shoot your
shot.
No, why not? It don't hurt to shoot. It don't hurt to shoot your shot.
But being back to realistically, I think I'm giving Matt Campbell the first call.
Campbell, okay.
Matt Campbell of Iowa State, the first call.
Okay, so Matt Campbell. Okay, I can respect that. He's done a lot. And he's recruited this area. Quiet as kept. That's why they've been winning a little bit. So,
and John, I see your comment there of Brian Hartline. I do really like Brian Hartline. Don't get me wrong, that's another option. But he's a recruiting guru, wide receivers coach. The thing that kind of shies me away from that right now is no head coaching experience. That's a big thing. Obviously, with the landscape and taking over the program of new heights that Luke Fickell took it to the last few years. Obviously, Hartline would be a candidate, but it's just the fact that obviously he has no head coaching experience at the college level. So that's one big thing that you really have to take into consideration for a guy like Brian Hartline. For sure,
because he can recruit. That like the thing with Mentor, I don't know if he's had enough experience at the DC.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's what would scare me for him. But you gotta see what's up, see how the young man interviews. I think you should kick the tires on Brian Hartline if he's interested as well. But the Matt Campbell one is interesting because I'll probably would. He definitely should be on the list. Like now I think about it, he should be on the list. I'm still trying to get Brian first.
Yeah, I'm there with you. Another name I kind of would like to, if I'm John Cunningham, I wouldn't be surprised if this man gets a call, and that's Perry Eliano. I know that was a guy. That was our guy for quite some time, and took the defensive backs at OSU, and I don't know. That's another call. I mean, obviously he has his familiarities with the university, the ties. That's someone you could even reach out to Perry Eliano. I mean, obviously he's very familiar with the program. He's recruited about half of these guys on this roster. Has the familiarity with the program, the feel, the sense of what Coach Fickell was building and doing. I think that could be a good option too.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Now that's not a bad guy. I think they should definitely give him a call. Love Perry. That's my guy. So that'd be pretty dope. He'd have to win. You know what I mean? But I love Perry. Perry is my dude to this day. Miss that guy actually. But it'll be interesting to see how they do it, man. Because they got to get no matter who they hire, they got to hire the right person. If they don't, it could be interesting. I was hoping and praying that we would get at least 1 year Big 12 Fickell. So
that's where I was at.
You know what I mean? And then maybe 2 if we was after a while, man. He already stayed longer than everybody else. I did not think Wisconsin would be the school that got him.
Yeah, neither did I. I don't think anyone thought Wisconsin could pull it off after the firing of Paul Chryst at 6-7, I believe is what he was in 2 seasons, and then the downfall of.
I told you it was real. I told you it was real, dude. I told you it was real. I told you. I'm telling you, I knew too much about the Michigan State stuff. I knew too much about it, so I knew it wasn't a done deal how everybody thought it was because of like the intertwine how they were cocky and did a lot of stuff that Fickell didn't like to his guy, man. Like that guy mentored him is the reason why he was defensive coordinator. So it's deeper than just a guy that put a word in for you. It was deeper than that, man. So I knew that's why that didn't happen. But I just didn't think Wisconsin. But when I talked to Keith Jenkins, we were talking at the press or whatever. He was just like, bro, right now they're on the other side of Ohio State. It's right for the taking. They'll probably be the top team. And they'll probably get to Indianapolis every year. And I didn't think about that. The only thing that I'm thinking about is like, it's going to be harder to get like the city kids he was able to get to go to Wisconsin. And that's going, if he can do that at a high clip, then shit, he's playing with house money.
Yeah, and you want to know what's interesting is one of their top receivers, I don't know if he's top, I would say he was a start. I know he saw action this year, was Marcus Allen, a guy we covered in recruiting from this area.
Yep.
Actually just entered the portal not too long ago from Wisconsin. So it would be kind of curious to see if Fickell will be able to rope him back in. But you look at that Wisconsin team, that's not a bad team. Their record says differently. They're a 500 ball club, but I mean, you have arguably one of the top backs in all of college football with Brayon Allen. So I mean, he's got that offensive weapon. He's obviously losing Graham Mertz as a quarterback, so he's got to have a quarterback situation again, just like this year. But overall, I think, I mean, that's like you mentioned, now that we're thinking about it, that's actually a good realistic thought there that they could be in Indy
every year,
back-to-back years.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the thing. And I did not think about that. I just thought about the area, and I'm just like, but this Midwest, he knows how to recruit the Midwest. And so that part, I'm like, damn, he'll be able to recruit. He'll get people there that know how to recruit with him. So that's half the battle. He just won't be able to be like how we were. Like, we were a highly penalized team. It won't fly in Wisconsin. So that part, I want to see how you adjust with that. But it's just, I just don't see him getting as many thoroughbreds on the outside. And if he does that at a higher clip than I would think, then shit, all bets are off, because he can coach and he's a leader of men. I just don't know, like, is he going to be able to get those 4 to 5 stud receivers there, or those 4 to 5 good corners there? You know what I mean? That's what I want to see. If he can do that, it's all bets off, because he'll be able to get the linemen, the big guys that are ready from the jump there. That's what Wisconsin is known for. That's on both sides of the ball. He'll have 8 kids that he can run out there on both sides. You know
and it's interesting you hit on that offensive line aspect, because as soon as he got announced to Wisconsin, their top O-line prospect flipped to Notre Dame. I don't know if you saw that or not.
No, I haven't really been paying attention, because he's going to lose them. He's going to lose some of those kids just because he didn't recruit them. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, the thing is, it's going to be interesting to see who really stays in the portal, as we have three kids in the portal now. But they could, depending on who they hire, they could possibly save it. I don't think JQ comes back at all.
Yeah, I don't.
But I wouldn't be shocked if, I don't know, JoJo maybe not, but he was hurt, so who knows? But it's like
Shaman too. Yeah,
I feel like Shaman is keepable.
I agree. I do agree.
Because just off top, like, because if the person comes in like, look, dude, you're gonna get targets, because Lenny and Wiley are gone. You know what I mean? So it's like,
and he was the next guy up.
He's the next guy up. So I see like he has a chance, unless his people are just pushing him out of Cincinnati. But I think JQ is gone no matter what, because I think Fickell was the main reason he stayed. He was here, and then JoJo, who knows? But it's gonna be other people that join. So that's gonna see what that happens. But the key is gonna be like who he takes from the staff and who is just like here, and then who they hire as the next head coach, who says, I want some of these guys on the staff, because the person can come in here and be like, I don't want none of you.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
The thing is, the next hire, they got to move. I know John Cunningham, the athletic director, said they wanted to move quick. Portal opens in 8 days. So if they're going to move quick, they got to narrow it in quickly and try to get something done within the next 48, 72 hours is what my estimated time frame would be. That's not me saying anything. That's just my estimated guess. Yeah,
because I feel like they honestly, before the first, I feel like at the latest, they'll have, by the bowl, they'll have a legit coach. By whatever bowl they get, they'll have a coach. They might not coach in the bowl, still
they'll be there.
But I think they'll be there.
Yeah,
because you can't rush this. If they rush it, only person they can rush it for is 2 people. I mean, I'll give you Matt Campbell as a third. Rush it for Deion if he's on board. Rush it for Urban if he's on board. And I would say Matt Campbell is proven enough where you can rush it for him as well.
And I like how you keep mentioning Dion, because I don't think people have done the extensive research. Look back at Dion's contract. It's not this like hefty contract out there at Jackson State. I believe it's like 3 years, 1.2 mil.
No, he's doing it for the love right now. Like
Yeah, exactly.
He's doing it for the love. So,
and then what he's built out there, though, I mean, it's going to be hard to leave everything he's built. But then you look back down to Urban. I mean, look down, Nate, his son, who was a former wide receiver, is now a quality control assistant for the Bearcats. And I mean, Urban was on campus this spring at one point. We did see him at a spring game. I believe it was the spring game or one of the spring practices.
For sure. I feel like we got some pictures of him.
I know we got pictures of him definitely from the spring game, I believe it was. And I mean, he graduated from UC. I mean, it's kind of a something I know a lot of people wouldn't be really wanting to reach out to, but I mean, it's something you have to take the call and you have to reach out to a guy like Urban Meyer.
You got to, man. You got to. I don't think it's gonna happen either, John.
I don't think it's gonna happen, but you got to take the call.
Because look, the thing is, this is the thing. Like, people are probably about to mute me and stuff about this, but I'm about to just keep it super 100 with y'all. If you get Urban, minus all his BS, which he's gonna have BS. He is, which I said, slime king number one, right? The slime is the slime. But you're going to get the best 3 to 5 years of UC football you're ever going to spend. Like, we love Fickell, right? We love Fickell. But if you get Mr. Toxic in here, he's going to turn this down. He's going to take it to the next level. He's going to take it to the next level. And he's never did bad at anywhere he's been. He just flames out. And he does stupid stuff, and the kids get in trouble where he's at.
And if you bring him back to Cincinnati, you reunite him with Kerry Combs, and that could be pretty dang special, like we've seen. I mean,
I'm just saying
what those two are able to accomplish at OSU. I mean, it's something. I mean, you can't really, can't hurt to send a call or a text. So I mean,
you gotta see what's up. Nah, he can recruit, my guy.
He can recruit.
He can recruit. That's the one thing he gonna do. That's what he gonna do. That's the thing. Like people might transfer out and stuff like that. You can't control that. It's gonna happen. No matter who comes in, it's gonna be a lot of exodus, and people are gonna be pissed at who leaves and maybe shocked at who stays. But if you're able to get Urban, that dude is gonna legit not have a fall off year. And where everybody else, I feel like even Prime, I think he's gonna have a fall off year. Urban's the only one that I know. We won 9 games and possibly can win 10 games this year. We'll win 9 and 10 games next year if Urban comes, because he's going to recruit at such a high level that even the people that leave, you're going to be like, damn, this is crazy. You know what I mean? And he's going to flame out. He's going to flame out in 5 years tops. If we get 3 good years out of Urban, you're playing with house money. You just now with NIL is crazy, but this got to make sure the next hire is the right hire, and he would be a good hire. I'm just saying. I just know he's not a long-term hire. Like, if you're thinking of keeping him for a long term, you got to get that out your head if that's going to happen. We don't know. We don't even know if they will even kick the tires on him. I think you have to, because of his experience. He's won everywhere that he's went, except in NFL, and he's not an NFL coach. I know he did some things in the NFL people didn't like, and that's fine. That's why he's still on Fox right now. But if they want to win now, kick tires on that man. But Matt Campbell is the one I didn't think of. Because the guy I was thinking, I do like Dan's quote of the Tulane coach. I feel like he might be a guy that could stay. And
well,
he might
that's
stay
interesting.
Long.
You mentioned Willie Fritz. He interviewed for Georgia Tech today.
Yeah. And
so, that's another one to keep an eye on.
Yeah, like Fritz, like if you go to Georgia Tech, he'll come here. I think he's a good coach. You saw what he did to us.
Yeah, he ran the ball right down our throats. So
saw what he did to us. I think he'll be a good one. I like him. You give me the Coastal Carolina guy. He's not bad. I definitely think you should call and see what he's talking about. But I think Fritz is really, really good. I don't know how old Fritz is. I know he's been coaching forever.
Another name I got on my list here too, JT, is Tom Herman. It's another name to kind of keep an eye on.
The only retread I would touch, is I call him a retread since he's at Texas. Only retread I touched is Urban, because he
was with Urban in that 2014 team.
Yeah. I'll only retread I would touch is Urban. I wouldn't touch Herman because I think he might have something to prove, but he could be either all good or all bad. Like he might Tuberville us. And I feel like Urban won't Tuberville us even if he's not on his A game. B game Urban to still have us like ready to win some stuff. You know what I mean? Especially in the Big 12. But I just feel like Herman could be real bad. Like real bad.
Yeah, I mean,
But
let's think about whoever the next hire is going to get. Just look at what John Cunningham and the Bearcats have built. They got a new practice facility coming in, a new $100 million practice facility.
yeah.
They have I think they just increase the coach's salary pool, correct?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they just updated that. I think the number was like 5.3, if I remember right. Doing research, 5.3, 5.2 range.
Sounds about right.
Something like that. I mean, also you got the power of NIL starting to come back around. I mean,
Yep. He talked
great
about that
practice.
countlessly. That was multiple questions in the presser today. NIL is important. They cannot be slow to NIL, and I feel like whoever takes the job, will have to embrace NIL. That's for sure.
Yeah, NIL is going to be that thing. I mean, we know it from our perspective. We've been able to kind of see it a little bit, but
just a little bit.
NIL is big, and I think it's obviously going to change over the whole aspect of college athletics. But I mean, you're looking down. I mean, there's a lot of good potential candidates, whether it's internal or external. I mean, this could go many different ways, and it's going to be an exciting time to really see. I mean, we saw what they did with Wes Miller 2 years ago. I mean, everyone was kind of set. I believe it was Eric Martin. Everyone was like, yeah, Eric Martin, the former UC player, was set to thing, and then next thing you know, it's Wes Miller. And I mean, look at where Wes Miller has taken that basketball program. So it's something you haven't really known.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. Thanks. Somebody's questioning my there's a lot of coaching changes, Will, man. This one caught us off guard. This was a hook shot. This is the body shot right here. This was for my boxing term people. Body shot. Dang, somebody, I posted the Shaman Mateer being in the portal stuff, and then somebody said, did he really say that? That was on my Twitter. Like, bro, I wouldn't post it if he wasn't in the damn portal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Did he say that? Fool,
everyone should
I don't even want to respond to that because I'm going to just respond ignorantly. Like, nah, he's not in the portal.
Look at the tweet, and I think you can kind of sense where at that end of the little Instagram stories. I think we can safely say
in the portal, man. He's already in the portal. He's in the portal. His IG story shows it. I just been too busy doing a pod. I haven't done it. But dude, everything he's sharing is telling him he's in the portal. Duh. Like we ain't new to this, man. Come on, man. He's in the portal. There's 3 people in the portal right now. That's since Fickell has did this. All right. And if we post that somebody's in the portal, they're in the damn portal. All right. I'm just telling you that now. All right. Cool.
Laying the hammer down.
Laying the hammer. We ain't about to be nice about it. If me or Neil show that it's in the portal, and Justin as well, they in the damn portal. Believe us. All right. We don't want to lie to you. That's not what we're doing here. All right. Yeah, but Will was a huge body shot, my guy. The portal is gonna get real. It's gonna get real. It ain't over.
And I think as we mentioned the portal, I mean, it's common theme now in college football. I mean, you look down and you say, yeah, I just got a text too. So, but I mean, look down at it. The portal's common in college football. Sure. So
no matter what, people are going to be in the portal. It's just going to be a little higher this year because we don't know. We don't know yet. The key right now is they got to get the right guy that can keep a lot of these hometown kids here, and that's where this hire is going to be important, right? Important because you get the wrong guy in here or the wrong hire, and people are like Kiner. I don't think he wants to leave, but what does he do? If he doesn't jive, he might not fit the way he plays. You know what I mean? So that's going to be key, man. Super, super, super key. The right hire is going to keep a lot of these people from hitting the portal. But no matter who they hire, the portal is still going to jump because these are, depending on who's hired, they probably never recruited these young men. So it's going to be interesting. Super interesting. I hope a guy like Kiner stays. Hope a lot of the hometown kids stay because it's cool to see them. A lot of people, you bumping somebody. I coached them in little league. I seen them play when they were 13 years old, and now they're playing for the Bearcats, which is super dope. But Fickell gone now, man. It's going to change a lot of dynamic. But it depends on who they get in here. It might be able to save a lot of these guys. There's a lot of top tier talent in here. You know what I mean? For sure, man. Big 12 is the only decision, right? It's the key decision for what's going on right now. Because the Big 12 is why the Bearcats, program footprint is growing. So like they can't mess up. They have to understand whoever comes in here has to understand they have to keep recruiting Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio, Michigan, and then they got to keep branching out. If they do that, they understand that, then the person might not have that much of a fall off. But they gotta, no matter who they hire, man, it's gonna be a lot of people in the portal. It's just how it is nowadays, man. Just because they'll have people that want them. The kids that are in the portal now. JQ Hardaway is probably one of the highest rated recruits on the defensive side ever in the program history. You know what I mean? He fits Sauce Gardner's footprint already as a true freshman. He's going to have whoever he wants talking to him.
JQ had the offers coming out
already.
Yeah, he had the offers coming out of high school. He had the Georgia, he had the Auburn, he had, if I remember right, he had 30 or so offers coming out. Like he had the big time offers.
Yeah, the pipeline is, because the thing about Fick is he had the pipeline sold up. That's gonna hurt. But if they get the right person in here that understands they don't do a Tuberville and they don't shake hands with these coaches and don't go see these players, then you lose it, and that's where you are in trouble. But if the next person comes in, they go to Elder, they go to Moeller, they go to Taft, they go to Cub Calf. You know what I mean? You got to go shake some hands. You got to go to Dunbar. You go to Elder. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? You go to Springfield. You go shake some hands. You go to Columbus. Go to, you know what I'm saying, Cleveland. You got to make sure you cannot come in this job lazy. And if you do, then that pipeline closes up, and then you get more Kentucky kids. You get more Iowa State. You get more Michigan State. You get Michigan coming in and plucking in kids. So they got to be smart, because if you look at the history, even before Fickell got here, when Tuberville was at the helm, who blew up? Iowa State. Michigan State was going to the playoff, right? You got Kentucky. Kentucky wasn't nothing. They was just happy to possibly go to a bowl game. They start going to bowl games. Then even now, you got all these kids. You look at their main players, they're probably from this area, like flat out. And whoever comes in has to understand they have to control, because Ohio State is such a big, no matter how people look at it. Because Cincinnati fans hate Ohio State. I'm not here to debate that, but Ohio State is such a national brand, like Bama, USC. They can go in any kids, living room and recruit. So it's more fruit hanging here because of Ohio State's footprint, and that's where Fickell understood, and he clipped. And then whoever comes in here has to do the same thing, because you can't repeat and do a Tuberville. You can't do that. You can't come in here and say you can't recruit and just try to go down to Florida all the time and think you're going to win games. You're not. You're not going to win games that way, and you're going to be stuck. So why did we lose those? Honestly, those recruits, like, I don't dog recruits, so that's my thing. I try not to do that. That's just because of me talking to the kids. But John, what happened was those kids that dipped, NIL happened for one person for sure. I think the NIL kind of thing, and it was his hometown. Uh, the one kid, he was a second flip, and the bigger dogs came calling. And I mean, Michigan won, even they beat Ohio State, so it was perfect timing for a couple of those kids, man. And just what it is. I don't think it was fixed stuff because his stuff didn't. We didn't know anything about it until this morning. So I don't think the recruits knew that. I think a lot of kids are reacting super fast right now as far as recruits. So we'll see how that goes. But that's going to happen with any coach. So, but yeah, I don't think that had nothing to do with those kids dipping. I think sometimes when you get to where kids want the clout per se, they're going to go with the higher bids, higher offers, man, because it's out of nowhere. Michigan's offering, they're the top 5 team in the nation. They're gonna listen. So, but that's what happened for the most part. It was more so anything, but it's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be a different cover for us next year, Neil. What are you thinking about that? Like, with Big 12 coming, and it won't be our familiar everyday surroundings per se, even for us.
Yeah, it's going to be a different change for sure. I mean, I know we get the weekly, once a week, talk to Coach Fickell, check everything out. But I mean, it's going to be Big 12 is going to do a lot of different things, and it's going to be interesting to say the least. Obviously, it's a change that takes this program to substantial heights, and obviously playing one of the best football conferences, best basketball conferences, but it's going to be tough. I mean, it all depends on the coaching hire. I mean, you hit this hire and then you got to have someone who knows the stuff on social media and whatnot to really do the research. I mean, the Big 12 is not an easy conference. I mean, you're going to have to welcome in Oklahoma or Texas at least once or twice the next 2 years. I mean, we know one of them's coming to Nippert potentially this year. And then you got to think, if they don't hit that buyout, we're going to play against 2 of the top teams in that program. And I mean, the Big 12's done a lot of substantial stuff this year in college football between schools like Baylor,
sure.
TCU. Look at TCU right now. I mean, that's something they're balling right now. And I mean, you look down at TCU, you look down at West Virginia's back on the climb again. Obviously, their record not shows it, but they're coming back a little bit. So. I mean, the Big 12's on the rise right now in terms of football, and it starts with Oklahoma, TCU, and Texas.
Yeah, for sure. And Will, man, I said they got to try to kick the tires on Prime, check his temperature. But I don't know if they'll do it, though. I don't know if they'll do it. They should, but I don't know if they will. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. But next year's going to be interesting for everybody, man, because today is a shock. This is like a funeral damn near. You know what I mean? It's like, happy for him per se, because it's like, hey, you decided this. But at the same time, it's gonna be interesting, man, because if they mess this, you gotta have the right hire, dude. This cannot be a miss. You have to at least keep this at the same pace that it's been going, or it can get real ugly. And as a basketball fan, you can see what a bad hire do for a program. You know what I'm saying? That one bad hire can make it real ugly and take it a while for even a good hire to fix it. So we'll see, man. We'll keep our eye on it. We'll keep a whiff on who they're aiming for. I think the next couple of days will be key. I think if you're hearing anything right now, it's more cap than anything. But I think in the next, by Wednesday, when stuff starts coming out, flowing Tuesday, Wednesday, I think those will be legit. People vetting their sources and stuff like that. I think that will be legit rumors. Right now, it's just people kind of shooting because I feel like there are a lot of coaches reaching out to John Cunningham right now. His phone is probably blowing up as we speak with people checking temperature. And that's from defensive coordinators, old coordinators, current coaches, and everything. So we'll see, man.
And for people who don't know, Cunningham is one who we saw how quickly he got to working on the Wes Miller job. I mean, John Cunningham is going to get this thing turned around. He's going to try to do it quickly. Everyone knows that. I mean, it's just going to be a matter of time, and we'll see what the next 48 to 72 hours really plays like.
Yeah, for sure. It depends on who responds and who he wants, because he's kind of a particular dude. Like if it's multiple people that respond that kind of take a liking to the job, which I think it is in a good spot, then that will hold a lot of weight on how fast this goes. Now, people are kind of like, shies away, they backpedaling, then it might take a little longer. But I'm thinking he wants to get it handled fast. And we talked about that in the presser. So we'll see what happens, man. It's key. And once we find out, man, we will be definitely reporting it to people, man. I'll see like it's people picking up. Appreciate y'all checking the live, man. I know we've been rambling for a long time today. I've had Neil captured for over 30 minutes. This is about to be a long pod when I get my edit on tonight or tomorrow. But it's just, one of those days, man. It's interesting, but we here now, man. So it's gonna be fun. Make sure you guys check out the Front Office News, man, and subscribe to the YouTube. You gotta get our YouTube subscribers up, bro.
Yeah, continue to check us out. I mean, obviously, we provide all the latest insight on not just football, basketball. We got all the other sports as well. We spread the love to everything. So continue to check us out, guys. I mean, obviously, like JT has mentioned, the YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to that. Make sure you follow us on social media, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, whatever you may use. Follow the Front Office News. I mean, everyone sees the content we put out and what we bring to the table. So make sure you continue to support us, and we'll all like to see where this thing goes.
Yeah, for sure, Will. We're gonna definitely check out tell people I'm gonna shout factual opinions out. Those my guys over there. I need to get on the show. I know my man Alex is real particular on what day he shoots, and I've been super busy with family and stuff. But I definitely want to be on the next season, man. So I'm letting y'all cats know that now. And I even put it on social media. So but yeah, Great Cat Nation, check out Factual Opinions. Them good dudes. Follow their YouTube page and check out their podcast. It's pretty dope. So they normally post like once every day. They're a bi-weekly podcast. So check them out, y'all. Check them out. They good people, friends of the show. So do that. And then do what my man Neil said, man. Subscribe ASAP. Don't cost you a thing. Just time. Just hit the button. Hit the YouTube subscribe button, man. That's all you gotta do. And then check out the site, man. We just doing what we can do. We're gonna provide you guys with the latest information, trying to give you guys cap. And that's how we're gonna end this one, man. Because this one's a super long one, but with Fickell, with what's going on, I feel like we had to touch base on this ASAP. Just because of how big of a situation is and what he's done for the program. So I feel like it was just right for us to touch base and give you our thoughts, man. And these aren't like right now, not pure expert thoughts, because it is fresh on the pan. Like this is nothing. Nobody's vetting. I mean, people are vetting right now, but it's nothing to purely vet because it's so fresh. But in a couple days, stuff will start getting a little interesting. So we shall see, man. We shall see. But Neil, I appreciate you coming in hot after work, you know what I mean, and talking a little stuff with me today.
Not a problem. Thank you for having me, man.
All right, man. We're about to end this live for y'all. And make sure y'all sign out. Make sure y'all check us out and follow us. And get y'all some gear too, man. Front Office News gear. Hit up 513
shirts. Hit them up.
Hit them up, man. Get you a hoodie. All right, we ending it.